Jam-packed with a lot of happy folks, and they got good reason. Hello again, everybody. This is Lance Russell with Dave Brown right along ringside. In just a moment, we're going to be in that ring with...
Oh, what a match. Yeah, new generation. Mark Batten, Johnny Wilhoit are going to be in here. Going against Popo-mania, Randy Savage and Sir Lanny Popo. That's not all. We got Giant Frazier coming back in here again this week. We'll also have Rick Rude in the single match. Dutch Mantell will be in. He'll be part of a tag team going against the Nightmares. And then, coming up later today, don't go away, Eddie Gilbert will be going against the King, Jerry Lawler.
Oh, goodness. I tell you what, if that isn't some kind of a payoff, and, brother, it starts big and just gets bigger all the way down the line. Dynamite program, and I'll tell you, we have some other features I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to take time out right now. We'll be back with an opening bout with Popo-mania in just a moment. Outstanding tag match, and coming in right now, the exciting other half of it, the new generation with Tojo Yamamoto. Okay, Dave, we're ready for the official announcement.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up here. A total weight of 442 pounds from Charleston, West Virginia, and Lexington, Kentucky. Mark Batten, Johnny Wilhoit, the new generation. Their manager, Tojo Yamamoto, and going against them at a total of 470 pounds with Angelo Popo in their corner. It's Popo-mania from St. John's, New Brunswick, Canada, Sir Lanny Popo. And from Sarasota, Florida, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, there's the Macho Man with that ornate blue robe he has. Well, that's not exactly blue, Dave. I'm bad on colors.
It's kind of a blue. I think it's a royal blue.
Oh, there we go. That sounds. What else would be in keeping with somebody wrestling with Sir Lanny Popo but a royal blue robe? The Macho Man peels it down. 6:033. Angelo hops out of the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun. Wow. Okay, let's get rid of the trunk full of money there, and we're ready for the bell. Here it goes. Starting out will be Johnny Wilhoit.
Wilhoit facing Sir Lanny Popo. Randy Savage climbing the ropes down the way. Referee sends him back to the corner. Here's Angelo Popo, 6:033. Back on the rope. Sir Lanny Popo, right fist to the midsection. Nice reversal by Wilhoit. Oh, he tried to dump Popo over his back. Popo landed on his feet. Lanny this time dumped on his back. Unable to catch himself on his feet. Wilhoit over to the corner, made the tag on Mark Batten. Batten in for the new generation. Nice shoulder butt. Puts it down. Tojo pleased about that one. Pressed by Batten. Shoulders down. Count of one. The referee just barely got the count started. Fast action as we're underway here. 1 minute gone in the match. Johnny Wilhoit reaching for a tag. Mark Batten. The outstretched hand, and the change is made. Johnny Wilhoit with the arm bar on Sir Lanny Popo. Angelo and Tojo Yamamoto were glaring at each other across the way. Meanwhile, in the ring, Wilhoit, nice drop kick coming off. He caught himself. Put the drop kick on Sir Lanny. Sir Lanny over to the corner, and the tag made on the Macho Man. Randy Savage. Ooh. Leaping over the top rope. Started for the referee. Jerry Calhoun says, wait a minute. I am not the opponent here. Savage inviting Kojo into the ring. Now it's the Macho Man, Randy Savage, Johnny Wilhoit. Tag made by the New Generation. Mark Batten takes over a headlock. Little hair pulling by Savage. He makes the tag. Sir Lanny Poffo coming in. Poffo Mania against the New Generation. 2.5 minutes gone. Batten trying a headlock. Drops Sir Lanny down to the mat. Count started as the shoulders were down, but look at Poffo.
You see that move right there?
I saw the move.
You see that move? Super athletes, yeah. And at any time, man, we can hurt somebody real bad. Tell Kojo Yamamoto that I'm trying to help him.
Word from Randy Savage, the Macho Man. Mark Batten puts Sir Lanny Poffo into the turnbuckles and to the mat. Sir Lanny over to the corner. The tag on Randy Savage. Savage after the impromptu commentary in the ring now. Down on the hands and knees. Mark Batten staying with him. Oh. Batten lured into the corner, and the tag made. Poffo Mania, both of them working on him. Sir Lanny stays in. Randy heads back for the corner. That was a right fist, right in the top of the forehead. Thrown by Sir Lanny Poffo. Again, the right fist. You can see it doubled up. Poffo knocks him again. The referee finally got in there and warned him about it. Oh.
What's the foolery right here?
Oh, Mark Batten. Clotheslined on the top rope by Randy Savage.
Isn't that fantastic? You have to admit it. We're cutting through.
I don't know for sure how you give credit for a chokehold, but for a choking maneuver, that's what it was. Drop kick by Lanny Poffo. So you got to give Poffo Mania one thing. They are athletes. That's the sort of thing, though, you don't like to see. Look at Lanny just flip back over into the ring. Tremendous upper arm strength he has. He used it there with a fist. His fist doubled up. Batten being hammered. Mark Batten fighting his way back. He's trying to get over to the corner. He gets tagged on Johnny Wilhoit. 5 minutes gone in this one. Johnny Wilhoit in there grabs Sir Lanny from behind. Look out, Randy Savage climbing the rope, drops down, double forearm across the back of Mark Batten. Batten on the mat. And the Macho Man, Randy Savage, picking him up. Oh, look out. Mark Batten thrown through the ropes down on the floor. Savage on the top rope. Johnny Wilhoit over to help protect his partner. Savage after Kojo back in the corner.
I told you I couldn't see, but I believe he reached down there to get one of those shoes.
Yeah. The Imperial one from Japan. Hook down to the mat. Count is 2. Savage almost a victim of the 3 count as Mark Batten had him hooked down in the small package, held him for a 2 count. Poffo Mania double teaming now. This is Lanny Poffo in. 6 minutes gone. There's a foot to the top of the head by Lanny Poffo.
You know, Savage is prone to say when he comes out for a match, boy, you're going to see something you've never seen before. And, you know, it's true with these two guys. Lanny and Savage both. Incredible moves. Some of them were not too fun. Look at that.
There's one right there.
Boy, oh boy. Johnny was leaning it out as far as he could get. And once again, there goes Batten out of the ring, Dave.
Yeah, thrown down on the floor. Johnny Wilhoit down there. You see Randy Savage climbing the rope. How many times have you seen him come leaping off that top rope? Lots of momentum when he lands on his opponent. So that's why Will Hoyt and Jojo are back there protecting Batten so they can get back on his feet and back into the ring. That's where he is now. Lanny Poffo working on him. Savage still on the top rope. Boy, Johnny Will Hoyt up on the apron, and Savage left the top rope and the ring.
He's out there, insist on jumping on somebody.
That's a right fist again. Lanny Poffo has been using that double-up fist a lot during this match. 7.5 minutes into the action.
Past the halfway mark as Batten scores with a foot, but look out now. We can see Savage sneaking along the ring. Batten got away, though.
Referee also saw Savage just as he was about to spring, it looked like. That's a choke by Lanny Poffo on Mark Batten. Batten moves out of the way, and Poffo with that move that did not work. Here's the tag, and Johnny Will Hoyt coming in. Will Hoyt out of Lexington, Kentucky. To the midsection. Lanny Poffo turns to the corner. Randy Savage leaps over the top rope, and as he turns, Will Hoyt nailed him. Good drop kick by Will Hoyt. Johnny Will Hoyt of the new generation running wild here against Poffo Mania. Shoulder butt off the rope. Savage net. Will Hoyt. Runs into the knee. One time too many as the action got really fast and Savage set himself. Now he body slams Will Hoyt.
Savage on the top rope again. Bang!
He connects. There's a cover. 1, 2, and 3.
Well, he finally got off the top rope, and he parlayed it into a 1-2-3 count.
This is a dangerous sport.
Yeah, I know. When you're off the top rope, you bet it
This
is.
is a very dangerous sport.
Crazy Wild Macho Man Randy Savage off the top rope. Slams down on Johnny Will Hoyt, a 1-2-3.
A glorious victory.
Yes, Angelo, glorious all around.
You two have never asked for one of my paws. I'd be happy to give you one.
Later, Sir Lanny, later.
I think I'll wait for the movie. I think we have a look at what happened there. Here's Savage. He finally got on the top rope. Will Hoyt lying there in the middle of the ring. And you can see the spring he has. He leaps straight down. Upper arm lands on Will Hoyt. The cover. The 3 count fell, and that wrapped it up as Poffo Mania gets the win. The time on it, 8 minutes, 49 seconds.
He had been on top of that rope several times throughout the match and finally got off of it. Whoopee! We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back. We've got Big Giant Frazier coming along in a little bit, and we'll be seeing him.
Match coming up, one of the wrestlers outweighs the other more than 2-1. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee at 203 pounds, David Johnson. And going against him from Mississippi with his manager Jimmy Hart at 420 pounds, Giant Frazier. 480 pounds, Jimmy Hart. He's put on a little weight.
Possibly missed that, man. I don't know. Now, of course, you don't believe not a word Hart said.
Maybe 60 pounds of Jimmy Hart's hardware, too.
Yeah.
Underway. And look at the size difference in the two wrestlers. Frazier, I think most of you know. David Johnson, most of you wrestling fans have seen before. Frazier with height. Tremendous size advantage here.
Just not hardly anybody as big as Giant Frazier.
No.
Boy, he is huge. David Johnson down on the deck, and Frazier, who will not give you a lot of classy wrestling moves, but he will just absolutely lean on you and use that weight advantage right away. Puts a big chop going right at David Johnson, and David back down on the mat.
You know, Russell, I just had a tremendous idea sitting here looking at Frazier. Can't you imagine Plowboy Frazier, 480 pounds, teaming up with King Kong Bundy, 450 pounds for super heavyweights? What do you think?
I don't think there's a ring in the world that'll hold the two of them in there.
And I don't think there's a team in the world that could beat them, do you?
Yeah, well...
What a super idea, super heavyweight. Bring it. I just thought about that. This is going to be great.
Jimmy, you can't hardly stand the brilliance. Big Giant Frazier, left hand goes to the midsection right away. He goes after David. Fires him back down. Had him right at the throat. There's that leg drop. Oh, boy. Giant Frazier. He does not break any speed records anywhere down the line, Dave, but boy, oh, good night. He sat right down on his head. 1, 2, 3. And David just totally outmanned. There was no way in the world that he was going to be able to stay in there with it. As Jimmy Hart jumps up, and Giant Frazier being congratulated by Hart. Just look. Put yourself in David Johnson's place as the big giant is coming down on him. Now watch this. Here he comes. Whoa! He sat right down on his head, Dave. Rolled over and got the 1, 2, 3. I got to tell you, it makes me sick to even think about it. So the winner, Giant Frazier, and that was a short match, to say the very least. We've got ravishing Rick Rude, who will be with us, and not many minutes from right now.
Stepping up under the apron right now, the ravishing one, Rick Rude. This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing, over on the right side of the screen, from Louisville, Kentucky, 259 pounds, Randy Johnson. And going against him with Jimmy Hart as his manager from Beverly Hills, California, 232 pounds, Rick Rude. This match, one-fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun is the referee.
Okay, we're ready for the bell, and I'll tell you what, that is not going to be the most competitive match we've ever seen. Johnson is just not in Rude's class. There's no question about it. Rick starts out pounding right away on the big guy and picks him up, slams him down, and he's continuing to go right after him. Rude shovels him into the rope, big elbow, puts him prattle right out on the deck and drops another elbow on him. Rick Rude.
Where's he from, Jonesboro? You say Jonesboro?
Funny, Jimmy. Funny.
He's the key to the city. This guy's trying to be a copy of Plowboy Frazier, trying to dress up like Frazier. I can't believe this, man. Beautiful, baby.
Rick Rude pounding Randy all over the ring in there, picks him up in the air. Let me tell you, that is the chore.
Baby,
it's got to
weigh. How much does he weigh?
He weighs a black.
259.
259. And that's
beautiful.
Rick Rude manhandling Randy Johnson. He's over by the ropes. He hasn't been able to make one serious offensive effort. Oh, that's a smart remark, huh? I'll tell you, Rude has a way about him. Yeah, he does. Rick Rude pounding Johnson down, and Randy trying to get back up to his knees. And now, slam down into the mat, and Rick Rude. Total domination. Well, he's got a solution to this. He could go ahead and get to 1, 2, 3, and rather than continuing to carry this on. Okay. Rude saying this one's for the king, and Rude is up on the second rope, slams it down. You've seen Lawler do that a many a time. 1, 2, 3. He got the count. And is absolutely no surprise to anybody, Rick Rude comes out and puts the finish on Randy Johnson in there.
2 minutes, 15 seconds the time. No contest for the opening.
Okay, well, we're going to take time out now, and we'll get ready for a tag match. It's going to be a contest and a half. The Nightmares going against Dutch Mantell and Mark Regan. That action coming up in just a moment.
Stepping up into the ring right now, the Nightmares and from New York City, Mark Regan. We are just about set to go. It is one fall, 15-minute time limit match, and a total of 422 pounds with manager Jimmy Hart. It's the Nightmares going against a total of 456 pounds from New York City, Mark Regan, and his partner from Oilcroft, Texas, Dutch Mantell. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee, Jerry Calhoun.
New York City and Oilcroft, Texas, meeting in our Action Championship ring here, ready to go as they go against the Southern Tag Champions, the Nightmares. And I got to tell you, Regan, who is a young fella who was picking up experience all the time, sometimes I think a lot of people think in terms of his breakdancing. They don't think of him as what a classy wrestler he is. He's in there with one of the best partners that you can get in tag action, tough Dutch Mantell, opening up against Nightmare number 2.
You know, I think you summed it up. They don't think of him at all. They just don't think of him, period.
Well, I got to let it stay all day without that one. All right, we're in action as the referee steps in between. This would be a doggone good tag match, I think.
It should be indeed. Nightmare number 2 in there against Dutch Mantell.
Hart getting over there with a smart routine. He better look out, because I'll tell you what, Dutch Mantell still hadn't forgotten in one previous match where Hart was jabbing him, choking him, and everything else, and the Dutch would like nothing better than to get a hold of him. Top wrist lock down to the deck, and the Nightmare back on his feet now, makes the tag. Here comes Nightmare number 1.
Nightmare backs into a corner. Dutch Mantell did not go into that corner after him. He just waits for him to come out of there. That's a move of a veteran. Sometimes you go into that corner too quickly and you find yourself in trouble, especially against a team like the Nightmares. Tag made by Dutch. This is Mark Regan. Regan with a headlock on the Nightmare. Regan steps over. Nightmare turns. Regan grabs him, takes him right down to the mat. Nightmare reverses with a headlock. With a head scissors. Regan. Ooh. Nice little moves. He works out of that. Back on his feet.
That didn't impress me. That didn't impress me at all.
I'm not surprised. It was a fine move, though, by Mark Regan. Nightmares makes tag. Here is Nightmare number 2 in there right now. Nightmare. Whoa. Look at Regan there with a drop kick. He backs the Nightmare into the corner again.
Come here, Calvin. What's your name? Ask these people. They thought you had my message.
Well, the Nightmare. That looks like a Jimmy Hart tactic to me. He's complaining about his mask being pulled. Where did he learn that, Jimmy?
Well, the guy did pull the mask. You saw it a while ago, and I just said, you know what I'm still upset about is how, a while ago on the tag, how did Dutch pull one of the Nightmares, and they let Mark Regan come in and hit him with a fist, and Calhoun didn't say anything to him about it. Now, tell me why.
I didn't see him hit him with a fist. I saw the tag made, and I didn't see any problem with it. I don't know. Perhaps from the Jimmy Hart vantage point, things often look a little bit different.
Well, I am closer to the ring than you are, but let's look at this match
I wish you were a little closer right now.
Closer to you?
No,
what kind of guy are you?
Nightmare into the rope. Regan waiting for him, rolls him down, and again, does that impress you?
That was a very good little move.
That was a terrific move by Regan.
Very good move.
Kind of emphasizes
Very good move.
what we have seen from Regan here, what Lance said earlier.
Look at Dutch. Dutch is asleep on the turnbuckle. Look at him over there, leaning over there, completely asleep.
Let me find out how asleep he is. Regan facing Nightmare number
Don't
one.
worry about it. We've got it under control here. Don't worry.
Regan backed into a corner.
I see. Legal. That was legal. Right. Legal.
That was legal. That was
legal forearm.
No doubt about it. Regan with a reversal and then rolls the Nightmare down to the mat. He goes for a head scissors. Is he going to get it? Yeah, he got it. Didn't hold on to it, but that's all right. He got the Nightmare off his feet, and the Nightmare out of the ring down here on the floor. He's complaining of something. I don't know about these guys. Nightmare back, both of them back up on the apron. Nightmare number one back in the ring. Complaints. Mark Regan made him look bad, and the Nightmare comes up with some kind of complaint on it.
Bad?
Yeah, he did.
I guess that's your opinion.
He rolled him out of the ring, ran him right out of the ring there briefly. He climbs back in and made the tag, and now this is Nightmare number one in there.
Okay, now
there's the tag.
Now, see, he's holding him while he made the tag. Now watch this. Watch. Now look at that. Is that legal? Is that legal? Now you tell me, Dave Brown. There's 15,000 little kids watching out there now.
That was not legal.
That was not legal.
He held
Thank
him
you very much.
He should have broken the hold as he came in.
He should have, but he didn't do it. What did Calhoun do? What did Calhoun say to him? Nothing. Not one thing, did he, Dave Brown?
He didn't get to a 3 count on it, for sure. Dutch Mantell in there with the headlock now on the Nightmare. Nightmare.
People wonder why I do the things that I do. These guys drive me to it. See, the Lawlers, the Mantells, the Valiants, these kind of people, see, they cheat.
Nightmare reaching for the hair, thought better of it. They're complaining about mask again, I think. The headlock by Dutch Mantell. Nightmare on the mat. Shoulder is up. The right shoulder well off the mat, so no count begins.
All right, now there's a tag.
There's the tag. The Nightmare is making exchange.
There you go. Now that was legal. The Nightmare let him go. See there? Hey, you better watch your mouth, Dutch. Hey, now look at this. Now look at this.
Oh, that's coming out of here after Hart.
Yeah, Hart, you run your mouth now. I'll bust it wide open, Jack. I'm about sick and tired of your stuff.
TV, baby. That was a threat on live TV right there. Now, you see, did I say anything bad about Dutch Mantell? No, I did not. I did not. Okay, you got it now, buddy. You got me mad now.
Mantell coming out here after Hart. I think we're about to get everybody back in the ring.
All right, I'm going to show everybody these are the Southern Heavyweight Champions, the greatest team in the history of professional wrestling today. Now, Dutch Mantell leaped out of the ring and challenged me. You want me, Dutch? You got it, baby.
All right, yeah, you just go ahead and climb into that ring. That'll get a disqualification on the Nightmare and also give Dutch Mantell a chance to get to you. Except I think you're going to see the speed of Jimmy Hart from now on during this match if Mantell starts after him. You will see one of the fastest human beings alive when he's running from an opponent. Mantell with a right fist. Yeah, he had the fist doubled. He nailed a Nightmare. Dutch slides out of the ring. Look out. Round the table, and there you go. There goes Jimmy. We're 7 minutes, 20 seconds into the action. I tell you what, a little bit of concern here that Dutch and Mark Regan do need to concentrate on the Nightmares rather than Hart, at least till they get the match won. Nightmares are holders currently of the Southern Tag Team Championship belt. That means you cannot take them lightly. Nightmare number one. Tag made by Dutch Mantell. Here's Mark Regan coming in. Regan fired into the rope. Nice Shoulder butt coming down. Look out from behind. The Nightmare kneed him in the kidney. And the other Nightmare in the ring takes advantage and starts jumping up and down on him. Now picks him up in the air. The big body slams. He dropped him in the center of the ring. Nightmares make a tag. Nightmare number 1 coming in. Now Jimmy Hart is happy. From outside the ring, one of the Nightmares turned the tables. Ooh. Nightmare just drove Regan into the turnbuckle. Then a power slam down to the mat. A cover count is 2. That's the 2 count. Regan able to break it. He's still alive. But the Nightmares have now taken control. Regan, backdrop. Nightmare makes the tag. Double elbow drop. First from one, then from the other. That's double team too, Jimmy. That's just as illegal as what you were complaining about a couple of minutes ago. After the tag is made, you're supposed to leave. Go back out on the apron. Put one hand on the turnbuckle. The Nightmare. The bear hug on Mark Regan. Here to see Regan trying to force his way out of it. Nightmare is pretty well set up on the hole. Oh, little jab. And Regan does get the hold broken. Dutch Mantell, you can see that outstretched hand. Regan, long way from the tag. No chance to get the tag there as the Nightmare grabs him from behind. We're coming up on the 10-minute mark in this match. 10 minutes. Time limit on it is 15, so time from now on will begin to be a factor in the match. Double team by the Nightmares. One of them came in without benefit of a tag. Strangely enough, I don't hear Hart complaining about that. Regan trying to force his way back to the corner for the tag on Mantell. Nightmare, there's a double team. The other one jumps in there and pulls his hair. Regan was about 1.5 feet away from the tag on Dutch Mantell, but the double team by the Nightmares stopped his effort. Nightmare number 1. 10 minutes, 45 seconds gone. There's the tag. Mark Regan gets to the corner. Here comes the Dutchman. Oilcroft, Texas, turned loose here against Jimmy Hart's Nightmares. Regan grabs one now, Dutch the other. Mantell puts him into the rope. There's a cover. Look out. Hart jumps into the ring. Referee's in the corner. Hart with a cane takes a swing. Mantell has a hand on him. Hart gets away. Disqualification on the Nightmares. Hart gets out of the ring. He escapes from Dutch Mantell, who almost had Hart. There were the hands raised to Mark Regan and Dutch Mantell. They win it on disqualification as Hart jumps in there. He was ready to nail Dutch Mantell with that cane.
That's one way to look at it.
I have never heard such complaints as I have heard, I think, today from the Nightmares and Jimmy. Yeah, I have. I've heard them from Jimmy Hart and his guys before. Same thing. He was pulled into the ring. We can show you what happened here. As Hart was in there with the cane. Okay, well, there you see him at ringside. Now watch it. You see how he was pulled into the ring. Nobody within 10 feet of him. He jumped right in there. He thought the referee wouldn't see him. He was about to nail Dutch. Dutch turned around and saw him and reached for him. And Dutch had a hand on him. Thought he had him there. But the Nightmare was able to slow Dutch down long enough, and that Hart was able to get out of the ring. And there you see him leaping out of the ring. But the disqualification occurred. The referee says, it's all over. Dutch Mantell and Mark Regan win it.
That was pretty good teamwork, too, because as Regan took up the pursuit of Hart in there, the Nightmare tackled him so Jimmy could get away and get outside of the ring in there. I'm telling you one thing. Well, he didn't hit anybody, his man, Dutch, or anybody else when he was in there with it. It is a disqualification, and Dutch and Regan will get the win on it. We've got more action coming up. We'll be back to it in just a moment.
The match of the week, main event anywhere, coming up right here. This one is going to have on one side of the ring at 206 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. And on the other side of the ring from Memphis, Tennessee at 234 pounds, the King, Jerry Lawler.
Dave, I think you incurred the wrath of Mr. Gilbert up there as you failed to say Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert.
Yeah. Eddie Hot
We got it, Eddie.
Gilbert. All right.
All right, referee Jerry Calhoun. The instructions have already been given. There's the bell, and we are, in fact, off and running.
The King wants to make it a championship match here.
No, I think it's scheduled as a non-title bout, Jerry. I don't think you're going to see Eddie Gilbert put it up. One of the rare times where Jerry is not wearing a belt of his own, Dave. And he'd kind of like to pick up the international heavyweight belt. Eddie says, nope, let's go this way. And they're off and running. The King with a weight advantage on Gilbert. Gilbert very quick, moves with that rolling arm lock, takes him over and down with it. Nice. Yeah. Very satisfactory. You can better believe that. Lawler took note of it, too. Once again, they tie it up. This time, Gilbert crotches him straight up in the air, slams him down, and Hot Stuff is hot tonight. Boy, I'll tell you. Jerry Lawler getting a little surprise. We've remarked so many times about what a slow starter Jerry is. He seems to have to get cranked up with one in the mouth before he really gets unwound. And Eddie Gilbert with a nice hip toss in there. 3 times he's been able to put Lawler down. Now, that's not the same as keeping him down for 3 counts. Oh, look at here. Lawler gave him back to him in spades. Gilbert out of the ring on the floor. Jerry just lumped them all together and slammed him around 3 times. Now, that doesn't look so hot. At least not for Gilbert. At the count of 7, Gilbert is back through the ropes. And the King moving straight in on him. Gilbert backing away. Lance Russell and Dave Brown along ringside with a commentary on Championship Wrestling. And a dandy of a single match as the crowd getting on, Eddie. Not so much that they're getting on Eddie as they're cheering for Jerry, which is, Gilbert, getting ragged and upset a little bit here. Everybody in Championship Wrestling studio here is cheering for the King. I feel him out of that corner. Gilbert came in, but with better thought. Eddie Gilbert, Jerry Lawler. Now they tie it up. On a break. Ooh. Gilbert. That's Lawler with that right.
Well, that one could come back to haunt him, too.
Got that right. That's that right we were talking about that wakes Jerry up. Really gets him fired. referee's telling you about it, Eddie. You better pay attention to him. Calhoun saying keep that fist open. Lawler saying, okay. Let me show you how we can play that. Into the rope. Lawler was getting ready to crank on him, too. Whoa. Gilbert decides might be a good time just to hold up. Smart.
Tell you what, that did not look that athletic as he held onto the ropes and went tumbling out of the ring, but I think he came out better than he would have if Lawler had caught him with that right hand.
Lawler put him out of the ring in another fashion. Because he had that right hand cocked and ready to fire. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert back in the ring, and the King stalking him, ready to tango.
A little over 4.5 minutes gone in this one.
Over the top. Underneath. Flipped him a good one.
He did. He waited for him, and timing was just right. And the King got him.
The referee talking to Lawler about using the fist. Eddie's trying to get a little time from the referee, and the referee says, come on, let's go.
Eddie is telling the referee that he was hit.
Yes, he was.
As everyone knows, he is telling the truth, too. I'm trying to declare a truce, but it's too late for that, I'll tell you.
Lawler starting in with a fist ready to go, and the referee intercepts him. Gilbert with a hair. Oh, look at him go. Eddie Gilbert ripping away on Lawler. Puts him down.
Eddie Gilbert continuing to have the upper hand here against the King. What can you imagine? What a victory against the King here would do if Eddie could add that to what is already a rather impressive string of victories in recent weeks.
Yes, sir. Eddie holding the international heavyweight title bout as the King pops that strap down. And he goes after Gilbert with some of the things that Gilbert dished out to him. Our time edging down here on our... here comes Rick Rude. Jimmy Hart, that'll be it. Gilbert holding Lawler while Rude slashing away at him. Hart dancing around, saying, hit him, hit him, hit him. Jerry down off on the floor is Rude and Gilbert. Oh, look out. Lawler spies that chair. Whoa, that'll clear the ring out. Look out. Lawler fired that chair and almost got Rude right in the back of the head, but Rude got away. Lawler's going to end up winning it on a disqualification with Rude and Hart jumping in there.
7:09 the time.
7 minutes, 9 seconds. The King comes out victorious in a bout with Eddie Gilbert. Won it by disqualification. I'm certain that he would have liked it otherwise. But that is going to be sufficient for this particular day and time.
We'll take time out and be back in just a moment. Well, we ended up with a big one there with the Lawler and the Gilbert one. It was going pretty hot and heavy there, and I liked it. But, of course, as usual, Jimmy Hart, in this case, Rick Rude, joined him, had to come in there and mess up a doggone good bout in there, and it ends up Jerry gets a disqualification. He's not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. You're not happy
Not
about
at all, but
that is the way it goes anyhow.
it is a win, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of good action in there. Some of them were uneven and one-sided, but we had a lot of good action. Let's go back and take a look at what happened today.
All right, we did get off to a start here with a new generation going against Popo Mania, Randy Savage and Sir Lanny Popo. This one wrapped up as Randy Savage was up on the top rope. And you can see what happened as Randy finally got under the top rope. He tried this a couple of times in the match, and finally he nailed Johnny Wilhoit, and then the count of 3 fell right after that. So Savage and Popo Mania with a win over Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit, the new generation. That was just the opening bell, though, in a total day of wrestling action.
And it rang Johnny Wilhoit's bell,
Boy,
too,
sure
when that
did.
235 came flying off that rope in there.
Yeah, I tell you. Then also we had one which appeared to be a mismatch from the beginning, as David Johnson was going in against Giant Frazier. Frazier weighing twice what Johnson weighed. Johnson made an effort. He made an effort to battle Frazier, but it just didn't work out. You can see what Frazier did to him as he started all the way across the ring, and in midair, there he is, 420 pounds, boom, he just sat right down on his head. That wrapped it up in minute
still
23
hurt, Dave.
seconds. Yeah, Frazier gets the win. Also, Rick Rude won his match. Dutch Mantell and Mark Regan by disqualification over the Nightmares, and Lawler defeats Eddie Gilbert again by disqualification as Jimmy Hart enters the ring and gets Eddie disqualified.
Yeah, we had a situation where Hart was involved in 2 of them on disqualification. Hey, we got more of it coming up next week, and until we see you at that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.